Hello everybody, this is Bronwyn. I am filming in a different spot today and using artificial light because I really wanted to get this done before the holidays start. I don't know when I'm gonna have a chance to do another video, probably not for at least a couple weeks because kids home from school, and with this new wave of the pandemic rolling in, I have a feeling I'm going to be at work constantly because I'm a nurse. So I just thought I'd get this done today and wish everybody a happy holidays. So I wanted to just do a comparison of the Universal Waite Tarot deck with the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot deck. This one, I cannot find an artist credited anywhere on the packaging or even in the little guidebook. So I'm not sure who recolored this or what medium it's in. It almost looks like maybe pastels or something. I'm not sure. I am not an art expert by any means. The Universal Waite is obviously based off of Pamela Coleman Smith's art and recolored in color pencils or pencil crayons by Mary Hanson Roberts. So it's got a very soft feel to the art. They're both US games. Here, I'll just compare the boxes. These are the sides. So they're identical cardstock and identical sizes. There you go. But there are some differences between them, and I thought we could just have a look and compare them. So I'm going to put the Radiant on the right, and the Universal Waite I'm going to put on the left. I hope the lighting's okay in here. Like I said, I had to escape my own house and come here so that I could film this uninterrupted. And my mom is away, so I'm just crashing at her house here. Okay, right away, the two biggest differences that jump out to me are the fonts. So the Universal Waite has Pixie's original, or Pamela Coleman Smith's original hand-drawn lettering, and the Radiant has a typed font. And the other thing I notice is the images are the same size. I guess it just looks like the Universal Waite's bigger because the text font takes up quite a bit of space. So it looks like it's a larger image. It almost gives the illusion that the card is bigger, but it's not. They are identical. These are the backs. They're very similar. This is the Universal again, and this is the Radiant. I have both of these in the mini tin versions too. I'm gonna do a tin deck collection as soon as I can because they're fun to look at. So here we go. Oh, the other difference is the numbering on the Radiant is outside the border, whereas the Universal Waite has the number inside in the image. So there is definitely a difference in the art. This one is, I don't know how to describe it really. You can tell it's pencil crayon. You sort of get the texture of the paper a little bit. You can see it. This one's very smooth. It almost looks like it's been done digitally, but I don't think it is. Here's the Magician. Again, look at the difference in the faces. The Universal, it looks hand-drawn. This one looks more smooth, refined, more digitized. I hope I'm in close enough here. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in a little bit more. There. Sorry for the shaking camera. So the Empress, the Emperor. I'm just gonna put them up, the first few cards up close so you guys can see the difference between the faces. There's the Hierophant. I honestly have to say I prefer this one. I prefer the Universal Waite. I just like that art style more. The Chariot. There's the difference in the sphinxes. Strength. The Radiant is beautiful too, don't get me wrong. I do really like the deep blues on this Hermit. But again, I prefer the more hand-drawn look of the Universal Waite. It has a more classic old-fashioned feel, which is something I really like. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hanged Man. Like, I'm gonna try to find an example. The Radiant, some of the art almost looks, yeah, it just looks digitized. It almost looks shiny, like, if that makes sense. Or like the figures are like plasticky. Does that make sense? Probably not. They're just very smooth. This guy seems to be missing some of his anatomy. And this one is not, although it's very pale. I never understand why those things are omitted, but that's the West for you, right? Western civilization. The Star. The Moon. The Sun. Like here, I vastly prefer this sun to this sun. And the faces of the kids. And the horse. I don't mean to sound like I'm just ragging on the Radiant, because I really like, there are some cards that it's more of a toss-up, like these two. I do like the Ace of Wands here in the Radiant. I like the blue sky. The skies are definitely bluer in the Radiant. Whoops, sorry. There's another big difference in the faces. The other thing that I just noticed with the Universal Waite is you have Pixie's signature there. If I can get it to focus there. And that is not on the Radiant. And of course, they both have the US Games copyright in the corners at the bottom. And it's actually smaller on the Radiant. Oops. I've got these out of order. So I'm just gonna quickly flip from here, just because I think even just looking at the majors, you get a pretty good idea of how these decks differ in style. So I'd love to hear everybody else's opinions on these decks. Like, do you have either of them? Which one do you prefer? I just love talking about tarot. So any opinions you want to throw out there, I would love to hear. Big difference in the pinks there on the pages, pants and or stockings and sleeves. And even the blues, like it's way more of a purple in the Radiant than it is in the Universal Waite. Big difference in the skies again. That seems to be a recurring theme. Also, the hands and the aces are like white in this one. like as in, like, not white like this. You know what I mean? They're just like, yeah, this one is just like non-racial white. It's very open to interpretation, I guess. The Pentacles. See, like, I do like this Radiant card more than the Universal Waite, just because it has more color to it. But I like this face more than this face. I'm not picky at all, am I? But I love nerding out on tarot, as you guys know if you've seen any of my other videos. Okay, so we're getting down to the bottom of the pile here. So it's going to be even harder to get the last few cards. You can really see at the bottom of these Queens of Pentacles the difference in the texture on the art. Like, see the rabbit on this one, the Universal Waite? It's definitely like, you can see the texture of the paper that's being used with the watercolors, or not watercolors, colored pencils. And then this one is just, it's different. I don't know what medium it is. And finally, we have the King of Pentacles. And that's it. So I really hope that I'm wrong and that I'll have time to do some videos over the holidays, but I've got a very busy household and a very busy job at the moment, so it may be a few weeks. So if that's the case, I hope everybody has a fantastic holiday season, and I will talk to you in the new year. Take care. Bye.